Hi, my name is Royce McNeil. I'm on the staff at the First Baptist Church of Monroe, and we're having our annual yard sale. The first Saturday in May, we have it every year, and we just have a great time selling stuff with folks that they need. We give it to them at a good price, so they're happy to get it, we're happy to sell it, and the proceeds from that we use for a mission project. This summer we'll be going to Kentucky to help rebuild in some areas been devastated by the lack of the coal mining. So we come on by, see what we got. We've got plenty of furniture and clothes galore. We'll sell you a bag of clothes for $1.
Hey everybody, I'm Patty Livingston. I'm the president of the Georgia Equine Rescue League. I wanted to welcome everybody here today. This is our first event to sponsor Help a Horse Day. It is sponsored by the ASPCA, and this is our first year to participate. The grand prize is a $25,000 grant, which we hope that we're going to win. With everybody's help here today and all the vendors and all the great turnout, I'm hoping that that looks good on paper. So they're giving away $100,000 total nationwide to other rescues who will be participating in this. We've got approximately 25 vendors here today and various other kids games and things to do and demos to do all during the day. We'll be going on till 6 o'clock tonight. I do want to talk a little bit about the horse problem and who we are and what we do. As the Georgia Equine Rescue League, the main mission was to support the horses that are impounded by the state of Georgia Equine Division, and we pay for all of the horses that are impounded by them because there are no state appropriated funds to do that. That usually costs us between $55,000 and $60,000 a year, which is why we fundraise. One of the things that I wanted to also talk about are the horse numbers. The unwanted horse numbers are extravagant. There's onwards of 170,000 unwanted horses in our country, and the problem that we see is we'll never be able to rescue them all. So I am promoting a Get Well plan that we have written and have been following for the last 7 years. And basically it is a plan to see how we can fix our horse problems through not just rescue, but also to limiting the number of horses that are born. It's a 5-step, very easy, common sense plan that we are promoting and hope that other states will jump on board. We really have a model to follow here in Georgia because we are the only state in the whole country who has a Department of Ag with equine inspectors, and that has existed for over 23 years now. And having them partnered with a nonprofit organization who pays for the horses is just the ideal situation. But we also have diversified our organization so that we're now educating law enforcement. We've been doing that for the last 7 years. And now it's them calling us to ask us to come and train. So it's a good way. Prosecution is part of the Get Well plan and is a must if you're going to stop the problems of neglect and abuse today. So I'm glad everyone came out. I hope that you're all having a great time, and please keep us in your prayers that we win the $25,000. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to make a donation or needs more information, they can go onto our website, which is www.gerlltd.org. My number is 770-867-0760. If you have any questions or want to volunteer or make a donation, please feel free to call me. I'm always happy to talk to a fellow horse person. So thank you, and I hope to see you on our website.
Hi, I'm Cece Callie with Georgia Equine Rescue League. I handle the fosters and adoptions for our league. And we currently have about 22 horses in foster, 8 of which are going to go to our rescue challenge that's going to be on October 24th. Our program is very diverse. We have horses of all ages, sizes, colors, backgrounds, and our foster program is all volunteer-based. We do not have one area that we have all of our horses. They're all at private farms. Our fosters are taken care of by these people, brought up. Then when we feel appropriate, we will find potential adopters. The process is very easy, but since I handle it, I'm kind of a pit bull. I want to make sure that they're going to a safe and sane environment, that you know about horses, that you understand what a foster horse is all about and a rescue horse is all about. They have a different mindset, but it's the most rewarding thing you will ever do in your life, I promise.
If a person were interested in adopting a horse, are there horses close by Monroe that they could see?
Oh, yes. Our horses are all over the state of Georgia. Probably, no matter where you are in Georgia, there's probably a horse within an hour from you. Now, that perfect horse that you want, that you've seen on our website, or you've seen on Facebook, or in our quarterly newsletter, you might have to pack a lunch to go see this horse, but I can assure you, before we even get to that process, you will know from me everything about that horse, the good, the bad, everything that you need to know, and to know that if it's going to even balance out with you, if you're going to be bonded to that horse, because that's very important.
So the person that's going to adopt, do you check them out
in
the facility that they have? And
I
see
do.
If it's
we have one of our area coordinators that'll come out and do a complete farm inspection. We interview you to make sure that you're not a crazy person. I send you out a foster application. I check your references. I check your blacksmith. I check your veterinarian. I will Google you. I will look up your property online and I will get an aerial view of it. I will find out who you are. Yes, I was going to be a cop, so yes, I have a little detectiveness going on inside of me, so that's what we do. And
now, is there an adoption fee for the horse?
There is. Our adoption fees run anywhere between $100 for our older, we call pasture pals. Horses that are under saddle could go up to $400. However, some of our challenge horses that have had the 120 days of training and gone through the show at UGA, one year we $2,500 for the winner, so it was like a big boost for our foster program, and it really helps. But $400 is about average. That's your adoption fee. Our adoption fee is not tax deductible.
If a person wanted to be a foster horse parent as such, what would they do?
First of all, you contact me. There's yet another application. We have an app for everything. You'd send me in your application. Again, there would be a farm check. You and I would communicate heavily on the phone. I want to know everything about your horse ability, your horsemanship, what your farm's like, what you're set up for, if you're better at lead and feed, you like to do a lot of groundwork, you've got saddle experience. I will suit you to a horse in our program that will be perfect for you. And you won't. I don't like to move a horse once they're settled, so I do a lot of work to get that perfect horse with the perfect foster.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It looks like you do an awful lot of work, free work, to get a perfect match.
It's fun. It's all about the horse, and it's giving back to an industry that was very good to me for years and years and years.
But they were living apart. That's their only look down. But you live by the golden rule.
As you can see, this has been a very busy day. Here's the time of events today, and you can see there's been a lot going on today. This is Saturday the 29th, and this has been a fun day on the Georgia Equestrian Rescue League. They have a lot going on here, and I got an education today covering this. There are a lot of horses out there that need to be adopted, and if you've got the facility, you might consider something like this. I know here in Monroe we've got the dog rescue, the kitten rescue. This is just the same thing, except it's a lot larger, the animal is. So if you have the room, a farm, that you could take in a horse, this is really a very nice cause. So this is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Lost without hope, no place to begin. Your love made a way and let mercy come in. That's when death was arrested and my life began. Now that's what you deemed only beauty remains. My orphan heart was given a name. My morning grew quiet and my feet rose to dance. That's when death was arrested and my life began. Oh, your grace, so free, washes over me. You have made me new, now life begins with you. It's your endless love pouring down on us. You have made me new, now life begins with you. Released from my chains, I'm a prisoner no more. My shame was a ransom you faithfully bought. He canceled my debt and he called me his friend. Yeah, that's when death was arrested and my life began. Oh, your grace, so free, washes over me. You have made me new, now life begins with you. It's your endless love pouring down on us. You have made me new, now life begins with you. I say you're displaying on a criminal's cross. Darkness rejoiced as though heaven had lost. But then Jesus arose with our freedom in hand. That's when death was arrested and my life began. Yeah. Oh, your grace, so free, it washes over me.
to become more educated on how to take care of myself, pregnancy, and to take care of how to take care of my son when he came. I just wanted to say thank you guys for helping me a lot. It's really been very nice, coming here, and they have been supporting me, and making sure that they're praying for me and stuff like that. So.
My favorite part about the Pregnancy Resource Center is all the love and support that I've gotten from the volunteers and the staff, and all of the help that I've gotten with diapers and clothes and wipes, and the videos have given me a lot of help with like disciplining Macy and things like that.
I just love this program. It's done tons to help me out already, and I still have 14 more weeks until the baby's here. I've learned more about Jesus than I probably ever did at church, and parenting classes are awesome. So I would recommend it for pretty much anybody, any new mom, expecting mom. I love it. I love the volunteers. Everybody's great, everybody's sweet, everybody's super helpful and actually genuinely cares. Thank you to everybody, all the volunteers. Thank you to Carol for introducing me to the program.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Isn't that good? That's good. Thank you. One thing's for sure, we got a church problem if they're learning more about Jesus at one of those places than the church. But I tell you this next man about to come, Dr. Jeff Fox, you will learn about Jesus at his church for sure. He's a PRC board member, and I'd like to introduce you. Help me make him welcome, Dr. Jeff Fox.
Good evening. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I'm Jeff Fox, pastor of Walker Baptist Church here in Monroe, and a vice chair of the board of directors for the Pregnancy Center. So I'm really excited that you are here tonight. I wanted to take a few moments to tell you that God had to bring me a long way to put me here. There was a time in my life when I wouldn't agree with a ministry like this. In fact, back in around 1993, my girlfriend at the time became pregnant. And that just hit me as not a real good idea at the time. I knew immediately that something in my life had just changed for permanent. And so I suggested to her that it might be a good idea if she get an abortion. Looking back, I don't even know what I was thinking, but that's exactly what I suggested to her, that she get an abortion. And thankfully, she refused to do so. Well, that little rascal ended up being born. And shortly thereafter, I didn't grow up in a Christian home, but my daddy had some good Southern values, right? So he said, you need to marry that girl, okay? And I thank God for my daddy making that suggestion, because we're still married today, amen? Well, not long after that, God started working in my heart, and I came to understand a little bit about why I made that suggestion to her back in '93. It kind of worked like this. I came to understand that the Bible was true, that when it said that the human heart is desperately wicked, that's the truth. And that's what was wrong with me. I had a sin problem. But the Lord Jesus Christ came into this world and lived the life that I couldn't live. And then He went to the cross and paid for all of my sins and all of your sins, and would save me if I just repent and put my trust in Him. And I thank God for the day I heard that message, and Jesus Christ came into my life and saved my soul. And at that point, life just became totally different. I began to understand that man is made in the image of God. And if man is made in the image of God, then life has intrinsic value. And so we have to take this issue of life very seriously. And so I began to think about what that meant for things like abortion. And so it's just very natural for me to know that abortion was wrong if man is made in the image of God. But you know what? God didn't save me just to make me against abortion. And being pro-life means a whole lot more than just being against abortion, doesn't it? So I began to think about the orphan crisis in the world as well. What does it mean for that? And what are we going to do if our prayers are answered tomorrow and abortion's overturned? There's going to be a whole lot of babies out there need homes. Amen? Well, God has done put it in our hearts, and so we had another little baby boy while we was at seminary, because they say at seminary, when you come to seminary, you leave with a new car or a new baby. And so within a year, we had a baby in a clunker. So, but after that, God put it in our hearts to adopt, and we adopted a little boy. So then we had 3 boys, Dalton and Matthew and Colby. We thought we were done then. And then we started a few years later foster care. We've had a lot of kids come to our home in that time frame. A lot of foster children come in. And when you know it, God said, well, I'm not done with you yet. And so He gave us our first little girl. Now, I had all boys for a long time. And then suddenly, I have a daughter. Well, God said, you're not done yet. We're adopting another little girl this year. Praise the Lord. And so how did I go from being suggesting to my girlfriend at the time that she should get an abortion to being pro-life and adopting children? I want you to know it's all because of the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ. He is good. Amen. And I'm thankful to tell you today that little baby that I made that horrific suggestion about so long ago, he's a grown man now, and he's also the youth minister at our church. I want to encourage you tonight to prayerfully consider how you will be a blessing to the Pregnancy Resource Center. Amen. God bless you and have a good night.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff. I'm the Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And today I just want to share with you a little bit about what's coming up. We are, we're already in the month of May, and before you know it, school will be out, the kids will be out for the summer, and all the parents will be looking for something to do for their kids. So we here at the Partnership offer monthly meetings. We do not take the summer off. We only take the month of July off. We have collaborative meetings the 3rd Tuesday of the month at 8 a.m. at Felker Gym, I'm sorry. And that's a time for folks in the community to come together and share information and resources. So if you are available, we invite you. That's open to the public. We invite you to come and get information about what's going on in Walton County. And just to give you a few ideas about what's going on this summer, if you're looking for something to do with your kids, if you're a stay-at-home mom, an idea may be to get involved with fish. They provide sack lunches every summer. I think they're they're up to over 2,000 kids each day that they deliver a summer sandwich and some other items in a bag that they deliver each day. So that is a wonderful opportunity for your kids to learn, to give to others, and you can be a part of that as well. Also, they will have some activities at your library, whether you're in Monroe, Loganville, Social Circle, Walnut Grove. All those areas you will be able to go, check out a book, and read. They will have different activities going on in the various libraries in Walton County. So I suggest that you check those out as well. And also, there's a summer camp, and that is starting in June, and I believe that will go all summer long. And the contact for that is Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. That number is 770-207-8937. So that is a camp that your kids can participate all summer long. Of course, there's a cost to that. You would have to contact the person in charge to find out about that. Now, something else that I would like to speak to you about is Alcovy CASA. That's court-appointed special advocates. Now, this is one of our partners, and they're very near and dear to my heart. May is National Foster Care Month, and we have a huge need for foster care parents in Walton County. So if you feel led and you have a need, we would like for you to contact us, and I can put you in touch with the correct person to become a volunteer. You can volunteer with Alcovy CASA without becoming a foster parent, and maybe get some more information about becoming a foster parent, or just do other activities and just volunteer if you don't have as much time as it would take to become a foster parent. So you can get in touch with me about that, and I'll give you the information for the local person. So let's see what else I have. We have the First Friday concert coming up this Friday, and I know it'll be too late after this airs, but please know that this starts May 5th, and today is May 4th. We have the Spring Fling and Kids Fest coming up with the Monroe Farmers Market, Saturday, May 13th, 8:30 to 1. And there's just a lot going on. So instead of the kids sitting on the sofa or sitting in their bedroom this summer, have them out doing stuff. You know, give them chores to do this summer. It's always good for kids to learn new things. Let them get involved in other things. There's always opportunities for them to volunteer different places in Walton County, and you can always call us. We may not know the answer, but we can always find a resource to maybe send you to. So give us a call here at the partnership if you have any questions. And like I said, today is May the 4th, and it is my son's birthday, so I would like to wish Bryce Huff a very happy birthday. So if you have any questions for us here at the partnership, please feel free to give us a call at 770-207-6060. Thank you.
Good morning again. Michael Davis here with you from your Walton County Extension Office. Coming to you today here the first part of May. Got a little information for you I'd like to give out. First of all, we want to congratulate some of our 4-H teams on their fine show here the last few weeks. First of all, congratulations to our junior state horse judging teams. They placed first and third. We had 2 junior teams. They received honors both in first and third place in the state. They also competed in the hippology contest, in which they placed very high there as well. And of course, hippology, for those who don't know it, that's the actual science of the horse. That's the study of the horse. Also, our junior team, they finished third in, our senior team, they finished third in the state and had the high individual Miss Maddie Hutchinson, and that's a great accomplishment for her and for them. Also, our junior air rifle team recently competed down at Rock Eagle at their state contest or competition, and they came in first as well in the sporter division and had the high individual there as well, Miss Lucy Peters, and we want to give a shout out to her and also say congratulations to them. Our junior poultry judging team just recently competed the first, in fact, the 3rd of May, and down in Henry County at McDonough, and placed 3rd in that area contest out of roughly 20 teams. So good job there. They had the 10th high individual for the contest, Jackson Davis. We want to say a shout out to him as well, and good job there, poultry judging team. Our goat club recently held their spring dairy goat show back at the end of April, and they had a lot of contestants out there showing off their dairy goats. And they've got their big market goat show coming up here in June, on the 10th of June at the Ag Center. So if you want to check out that, that'll be another good opportunity to go out and check out some goats. There'll be a large number of them out there, well over 200. So come on out on June 10th if you're in the area for our market goat show. And Mr. Blair and that group does a great job there with them. Our state BB match is coming up, and in fact will be occurring on May 6th down at Rock Eagle. There'll be well over 500 shooters at that match, and we want to wish our teams good luck in that. All our shooters this year qualified for that match, and we want to say a big shout out and thanks to Mr. Carlin and his group that work with those youth, and along with Miss Kathy Sasser for the work that they do with those kids, and wish them the best of luck and good luck there on that contest. We still have a few spaces available for 4-H camp for our Cloverleaf 4-Hers, which is at Rock Eagle this year with us. That'll be coming up the week, believe it or not, unfortunately, it's the week of July the 4th, which I know we have a lot of plans, but if you don't have plans and want to send your kid to camp, they'll get fireworks down there, which is the only week of camp that they have fireworks, will be that week that we're there. We have a few spots available for any child in 4-H or any child in Walton County, 4th through the 6th grade. Contact or come by the office for more information on Cloverleaf Camp at Rock Eagle, which is the week of July the 3rd through the 7th. We'll be down there, and there'll be a lot of activities going on. They will stay active and get off the couch, so you won't have to worry about them being a couch potato that week, and they'll have a lot of fun. And we look forward to those who are going to that experience. It's a great experience. If you've never been involved, it is one of the highlights of our 4-H program, our camping program. Again, contact the office at 770-267-1324 for more information. We also have many things here available to our general public. I want to make mention too, we're still available to bring any kind of soil sample into us or water samples. We have those bags for the soil samples. We have the bottles for the water testing if you need those. Also, we have information on the radon testing, which has been something in the news here of late. You can contact, again, our office for that, or come by and see us for more information on those. Joel Burnstead, our ag agent, he will be glad to speak with you. So, yes, in our office, again, we are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon. We take an hour off for lunch, and then we're back open 1 to 5. That's Monday through Friday. Again, our number is 770-267-1324. Again, congratulations to all these 4-H teams. Good luck to those who are participating here in the near future. And if you're around June 10th, come on out to the Ag Center to the Goat Show. And if you want more information about summer camp, give us a call. Until next time, have a great day. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Hope everyone's having a good spring. We've stayed real busy down here at the center, and I wanted to take the time to remind everyone we're still having some issues with people we see pulling in with limbs and bags full of grass clippings and even some leaves left over from the winter. And I just wanted to remind everyone that we do not accept those here, and we really hate to have to turn you away after you've drove all the way down here just to find out that we don't accept that stuff. But we don't accept any yard waste of any kind, and we'd be happy to give you the information to all of the inert landfill sites that we have across the county that do take those things. And you're welcome to call us at 770-267-1421 to get any of those places that are around the county that you can take those items. Paint has been another thing I wanted to remind everyone of. We're having some more of that come in. We do not accept paint here. You can use the kitty litter and oil dry to put in the paint cans with the paint you have to absorb the paint, and the rule of thumb is at that point you mix in the kitty litter or oil dry, and once it's absorbed all of the paint is supposed to be removed from the bucket. It can be removed into newspaper or another bag or whatnot, and can then be put in the trash safely. Your empty buckets that are recyclable can be brought in to be recycled at that point, but the paint is supposed to be out of the bucket and it is supposed to be dry. Last year we met some paint contractors that had come in here, and another way they said they were doing it that maybe we could spread the word with is they would lay out a tarp that they used to cover the floor to paint, and if there was only a little bit of paint left in the bucket, they would just pour the paint on the tarp and it would spread out real thin, and they said that would dry in an afternoon or whatever, and they would just go and roll the paint up and then put it in the trash. As long as it's in dry form, it can be put in your trash and be thrown away. Just wanted to remind you of that, and of course, we do plan to continue to do our paint collection event. We'll be, if we don't do one sooner, we'll be looking to do one again in November. So if that just seems like more work than you want to put into it, just hold on to your cans for a little longer, and we will be planning to do another paint collection event for America Recycles Day in November, so you can be looking out for that. Some things we have coming up is we are going to have a document destruction event on Saturday, June the 3rd, here at the Recycling Center. It's going to be from 9 to 11. So we shortened it a little bit this year, so there's only going to be 2 hours to get in here. So get on in and bring all of your unwanted or private documents that you would like to be properly disposed of. We will be here with Lindsay Group doing that. We're also going to do a flag collection event. We've had an Eagle Scout this building us a flag box that we're going to keep here all the time at the Recycling Center as a place where our citizens can bring in any old tattered or worn flags, and you can be assured that they're going to be disposed of properly with the Scouts. To kick that off, we're going to have that box out front on the day of document destruction. So if you have those flags, feel free to bring them. We will have a place to put them that day. As far as the document destruction, just remember that the limit is 2 banker-sized boxes per vehicle, and it is for residents only, not businesses. So just be aware of that. Anything over 2 boxes is at the discretion of the Lindsay Group. Generally, what they've told us is they're going to charge $5 a box for anything over 2 boxes. There's been times they haven't done that, but my advice is to keep it at 2 boxes unless you're willing to pay the $5 per box over that number. Again, we'll be here from 9 to 11. If you have any questions about it, feel free to call us down here. Again, the number is 770-267-1421. And that's what we have coming up. It's what we're working on. And again, like I do every single time you hear me talk, I want to invite any of you that's never been out to our facility before to come on out and walk in the front door and just tell us you're here for information, want to see the place, find out what it is we do here. It's why we're here. We want to explain to anybody that wants to come in why what we're doing is important and why recycling and the environment should also be important to them. So feel free to come on out and see us anytime. Until next time, thank you.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson. I'm here with the Recreation Report. Glad to see that our spring sports are going real well. We've had some pretty good early spring weather, but we're taking a little break right now due to the spring break. The school system's all lined up pretty well for us, so we were able to take a week off of all of our activities to let people have some good family time and go on vacations and do that sort of thing. As all of our sports, right when we get kind of in the middle of the other sports starting, we start turning our focus on the next part of our programs that's coming up, which means our fall sports registrations. That will be coming up very, very soon towards the end of May, actually May 8th through the 13th. You can go by one of the community centers at Social Circle, Monroe, at Felker Park, or at Meridian in Loganville, and sign up for one of our softball, baseball, soccer, cheerleading, football. We have all of those programs athletically going on May 8th through the 13th. The fee is around $75 for most of the participants that we have right here in the fall. So it's usually one of our largest programs that we have is our fall sports programs. Usually around 2,000 to 2,500 kids sign up for our fall sports program, so it's a great time to get in. I've also had a lot of phone calls of people asking about our ponds. This being the early spring, a lot of fish are coming up to the banks, kind of waking up from their long winter's nap. But so people are asking when can they go fishing in the few ponds that we have here with the county. The DNR always stocks our pond with about 2,000, 2,500 catfish each year. So we have to close those things down until we have our opening day, or what we call our fishing derby, our fishing and casting contest. And that will be coming up real soon. On Saturday, April 30th, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll have it at Meridian Park. That's in Loganville, and that's always a real popular one. We usually average around 300 to 500 people that show up for that fishing and casting contest. And then Saturday, May 7th, from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., we'll have it at Matthews Park. And then from that Saturday forward, we'll have our regular fishing open for the general public. It just takes that long, and I know this is the prime time that everybody wants to get out and fish, but it takes that length of time for our fish to mature, so they're worth catching. So, and each year we put about 2,000 catfish in, and then throughout the year those things get caught out and either thrown back or a few are kept. But anyway, that's a huge program, our fishing and casting contest, where we do give out prizes for the largest fish caught and some of the skills challenges that we have with the casting contest. And it's all by age, ages 4 and 5, ages 6 and 8, ages 9, 10, ages 11 and 12, and then 13 through adults is where we have the categories for that fishing contest. I'll put that flyer up here at the end of our speech. But also want to invite you out to our community centers. We have a lot of great programs that are going on right now. We have a lot of room since basketball's over. Our gyms are back open for use, so there's plenty of room for our programs, whether it's kickboxing or Zumba, anything that you want to get in shape for this spring. Go to our website, look at the program. You can call our community centers, and they can give you all kind of information on that. I also want to invite you to come out to the weight rooms that we have available. We have the walking tracks that are there that are climate controlled. Maybe it's a little windy outside. The weather may be right, but it's a little windy. You can go out and get in our climate controlled areas and walk and exercise, it's a great place to go and do that. So again, I want to invite you. Our website has got a wealth of information for you. WaltonCountyGA.gov. It's always there for you. You can find a park near you. You can look at the pavilions to rent. We have a lot of good things on that website for you to look at and to explore. So we invite you to use the parks that the Board of Commissioners have blessed us to be able to maintain for you. So go out and use the parks for what they're used for, and we'll try to keep everything nice and clean for you to the best of our ability. So again, I'll have the flyer up here with our fall sports registrations. Please don't miss that. It's kind of way before, but we have to kind of put this thing, the registration, before school lets out, and then we'll start that program as school starts back in the next school year. Again, our fishing contests are coming up, and we'll send this flyer out to about 15,000 of the kids throughout the school system here in the next week or so to remind you of the registrations and the programs that we have. So hope to see you soon at a park, and until next time. But also remember, sportsmanship starts at home. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is David at Reboot with the Reboot Tech Tip. We constantly have people coming in here saying that they get these weird messages popping up on their computers, saying that they need to call a number, that their computer's been infected with viruses. Don't call the number. If you get somebody calling you on the phone claiming they're from Microsoft or somebody else saying that they've detected viruses coming from your computer and they want access to your computer, do not give them access to your computer. That is the fastest way to get your personal information hacked and your credit cards and bank statements compromised and lead to all sorts of issues dealing with credit fraud and all that. Under no circumstances should you give anyone that you don't know or explicitly trust permission to access to your computer. If you get a pop-up saying that you need to call Microsoft, go on Google and Google Microsoft support number. It's an 800 number, and call them from that number. Don't call them from any number provided to you by a pop-up or web page that's not a trusted source. If you continue to get these messages, it's possible that you have some sort of adware or virus on your computer. You should bring it in and let us check it out for you. Some cases, all you got to do is just reset your browser and those messages should go away. But sometimes they don't. So again, you should just bring your computer in and let us take a look at it and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And that's the Reboot Tech Tip for the week.
Hello Walton County, this is Kevin Littlewood, Chairman's Report on Channel 16, Walton Entertainment. I want to talk to you a little bit about things that's going on in the county, and then I'll give you some ideas on things that we may see coming up over the next 6 to 8 months. First of all, the legislature has just wrapped up the 2017 legislative session. Did want to talk to you about a couple of things that passed that could be in our favor. Like in the city of Monroe or city of Loganville, city of Circle downtown, an old area that had kind of went away and need to be revitalized. House Bill 73 was a revitalization tax zone. If anyone moves into those areas with a business and creates new jobs, you can get tax credits there to try to help that blighted area in the cities. That's could be a positive for the community and something that could really help out for as a tax base and helping that area take off. Also, I want to talk to you a little bit about the House Bill 134. That was the single county T-Splice referendum, as Northeast Georgia is one of the fastest growing areas in the state. We were excited to hear that the legislature passed this, where any one county could go and pass up to 1 penny. It could be a half a penny, it could be a quarter penny, up on total transportation for the county. As I told you here many a times, you know, the roads that are in Walton County are pretty much the same roads that were here in the 70s when our population was in the high 20s or low 30s, and now we're approaching 95,000. So that's some concerns. Not saying that the Board of Commissioners anytime soon is going to look at a T-Splice, but it does give us that opportunity. While I'm talking on transportation, we will be meeting with Georgia DOT on May the 3rd with some major concerns about the 138 corridor traveling from Monroe out to Walnut Grove and out of the county. That is a very congested highway. It's full of capacity, and it needs some passing lanes and some intersection improvements. And so also we're waiting on the city of Monroe to get their new city manager. There are some things that we're going to talk about out in front of the hospital, out in front of Walmart, and that intersection out there at the Liberty First Bank needs some improvements, and we want to be able to get that opportunity while we're talking with the state on that. I want to update the heavy rains we've had recently has really helped Hard Labor Creek. Hard Labor Creek is continuing to fill. We are in the process. They did stock it with fish back in the fall, so there is some opportunities. I don't think we've released the times yet, but I will get those dates for the next show and talk to you about when we can possibly fish there. But it's still a little ways off before we can be a full pool and be able to pull any water from there, whether it be raw or treated. We have not approved a water treatment facility there, so we would have to pump raw water from there if we treated it elsewhere. So, but it is an asset to have water in the county, and Hard Labor Creek is going to be a great asset for the county and the region in years to come for its economic development. We also, the Walton County Development Authority has created the East Metro Mega Site, which is 1,000+ acres on 278. Just between Oasis and I-20 on the lower end of our county. We're hoping to maybe land a car manufacturer or some type of major manufacturing in that area that would produce a lot of jobs here. It's just across the interstate from the Joint Development Authority, where Shire, which was Baxter, and so we're looking to bring economic boom in Walton County along that I-20 corridor. I've said many a times, I-85 is filling up towards South Carolina, so I-20 is going to be the next corridor, and so that's something we're looking. Speaking of jobs, our companies and corporations and our small businesses in Walton County and Monroe still have job openings. If you're seeking a job, there's something for you, and if you're willing to work, they'll put you to work that day. And so if you got a child getting out this summer, or if you just getting out yourself this summer and wanting a job, there's a lot of companies here in our town, a lot of businesses in the county that are looking to hire you. They just want you to be drug-free and want you to be willing to work. So that would be something that would really be good. Good wages and good hours on most of these places. And so please take advantage of that opportunity. We got a lot of good things going on in Walton County. We are closing in on the budget. We're working on the Walton County budget. We should have that thing presented to the board late May, early June. Should be out for you to review. We are taking a little emphasis on public safety and trying to improve some of those areas of need that has been brought to the light here over the last few months in the county. And so that will be some of the issues that we hope to tackle in this budget as we go forward. If you have any questions or concerns, please give me a call, 770-267-1316. Thank you. Shoot.
Hey, thanks for tuning in today. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at Walton County Animal Control. Of course, this isn't a dog or a cat, but this is the time of year where we're starting to get calls about these kind of critters. This is a common black rat snake. We find these all over the place. Probably 90% of the calls that we get at Animal Control are about these snakes. They're actually completely harmless unless you're a bird or a rat, but they might give you a heart attack. They're really common. They're totally harmless, so there's no need to go chopping them up with a shovel. In fact, it is illegal to kill snakes like this in Georgia. If you see these out in your yard, the best thing to do is just let them be. They'll move on their own. They're scouting your property for some food, for some mice, for some rats, other small rodents. They're great climbers. They'll climb up in a tree or climb up the side of your house looking for birds' nests. They like to raid those birds' nests and get some eggs out of there. They'll actually eat eggs whole. This one, like I said, is a real big one. He's recently eaten something. I don't know what it is, but he was stretched out on someone's kitchen table. which I can imagine scares the heck out of some people. Now with animal control, if you see one of these in your yard and you call us, I hate to tell you, but we're not going to come. A snake outside is the natural habitat for a snake, so you just kind of leave them alone and let them move on. Now if they're inside your house and you can see where it's at, you can give us a call. We'll send an officer out like we did yesterday to catch this big one. But again, other than the fear that it strikes in you, they're completely harmless. You can just let them be if you see them outdoors, and they'll move on their own. You can call us or call the Department of Natural Resources if you've got other questions about them or a problem. But really, they're just pretty cool creatures. Enjoy them. Let them move out on their own and resist that temptation to chop them up with your shovel. Now we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at the shelter.
We've got a black lab retriever mix. He's very sweet. He seems to get along with others. He's probably about 3 years old. He's very sweet and he needs a home. He's not neutered.
This is Sadie. She is a 2-year-old pit bull. She's very sweet. Very sweet.
Hey everybody, we got us a nice little bird dog right here, female. See how sweet she is? Maybe 4 years old. Looking for a good home. Make a nice pet.
We got a lab mix. He's probably about 2 or 3 years old. He's not neutered. He is housebroken. He gets along with others and he likes kids. He needs to be neutered. He needs a home fast.
This is Starla. She's 4 years old and she's a pit mix. This is Nemo. He's about 1 year old and he was an owner surrender, so he's available anytime after now.
Onstage is going to be doing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and it's going to be playing on April the 28th, 29th, and then again on the 5th of May, 6th of May, 12th and 13th, with 2 matinees on May the 7th and on the 13th. Got to have a great cast. It's a fun play. I know you'll enjoy it. Tickets are available now at Carmichael's and online at onstagewalton.org. You can get your tickets there. Looking for everybody to be here. It's going to be a great show. Come and enjoy it with us.
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
To my body is dust, to my soul is no more. I will love you, love you. Till the sun starts to crave and the moon turns to
What's the worst that can happen?